Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Crypto Invest. I do have a lot to tell you today, so let's get into it. But before we do so, please know that this is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice. So first, take a look at the market for today. So Bitcoin is down 7.5%, but in terms of dollar-wise, it's pretty much where it was yesterday, between 16 and 17,000. Ethereum up 6.5%. Bitcoin Cash recovered quite well, currently at 1456. IOTA up a lot today, 25%, resuming this monster run that it has been having the last few weeks. Is at 511 now per IOTA, quite a bit. Take a look at Litecoin, clearly a winner today, 30.18%. But we still have something else that gains a lot more on the top 10, which is NEM or NEM. It is up 160% today. So let's take a look to see what's going on there. Overall, the market's doing pretty well. Bitcoin taking a small step back, but the altcoin is definitely thriving today. So good day for altcoins. I do want to say that even though Bitcoin is only down 7.5%, but it is a 7.5% up a huge market cap. Bitcoin is currently at 278 billion. So 10% of that is going to be 27 billion, which I do want to point out that is more than Bitcoin Cash's entire market cap combined at the moment. The closest market cap to Bitcoin currently is Ethereum at 44 billion, which is really far away. So if people are taking profit from Bitcoin and moving some of that money over to the other altcoins, that may be the reason why you're seeing some of the surge that you are looking at today. Or simply because the last few weeks, the altcoin have been pushing out so much that people finally see them as so cheap that they pick them up on the low. That could be it too. So let's first take a look at NEM real quick. So I am on a website called CoinCheckup. Pretty good website, a good alternative to coinmarketcap.com, which is what we are normally using. And the reason why I use the website a little more is because they have more coins, and frankly, it's just a habit. I started out using this, so I continue to go back and use the website. But CoinCheckup have a lot more data available than CoinMarketCap per coin. So on the right hand side, you will see some of the statistics. That's pretty interesting. You got the last 30 days, percentage of the market cap, consensus method, and then you have the team strength, some of the quick analysis. Interesting website. So take a look at NEM chart. So NEM been fairly quiet for a while now, and today it just completely shot up by quite a bit. So on the right hand side, you will see under tags, it's gonna tell you what kind of cryptocurrency this one is, and it say notarization, which is kind of interesting because that doesn't tell me a lot. And another thing that I noticed kind of interesting is that the consensus method, it's proof of importance. It's not proof of work, it's not proof of stake, but it's proof of importance. So let's take a look into NEM real quick. So we are currently at the main website of NEM. I'm not going to do a full review today. If you are interested in NEM, let me know. I'm more than happy to do some more research and provide a thorough explanation of what it is. But today I want to give you just a quick look at what it is, and then maybe try to let you know what may be going on that's causing the price to go up quite a bit. So at the high level, NEM or NEM, as some people prefer to call it by, is a peer-to-peer cryptocurrency platform. It is written in Java and JavaScript with 100% original source code, meaning that they are not a copy of a Bitcoin source code. They're not a fork of any cryptocurrencies. They are 100% original, and this is basically a platform that runs under a blockchain, and you can build some, I would say, application, some use cases on top of that blockchain using the consensus that currently built in. So talking about a consensus, they use something really interesting called proof of importance, POI. So what is POI? So POI is, in my opinion, a modified version of a proof of stake. So taking a look at what they define, how they're gonna come up with consensus within that blockchain. Basically, that an account's importance is determined by how many coins It contains a number of transactions made to and from that account. So meaning that in the proof of stake system, what you do is you just stake that cryptocurrencies, and that gives you enough staking power to start verifying transaction. Proof of importance is a little more than that. Not only that you have to hold that particular coin, in this case you have to hold a lot of NEM, you also have to use NEM from that account as well. So it's not only that you hold the most of it, it's also that you have to be pretty active in terms of using it. Interesting way to do consensus. Take a look at the NEM official Twitter page. They have been pretty busy. I gotta say that they post pretty often. They've been doing a lot of marketing. They've been showing up to a lot of events. And as far as major news, I don't really see any major news from their Twitter page at all, especially for today. Interestingly, there is a bar just opened up on December 7th, which is just yesterday in Tokyo, and it's called NEM Bar. So take a look at the website for NEM Bar. It's literally a bar where you can go in and having a drink, but it's just called NEM Bar after the cryptocurrencies. It does allow you to pay with NEM coin as a form of payment. I do hear that you can pay with other cryptocurrency as well, but NEM is going to be the main driver for this bar here. So what do you think about this? I think it's an interesting way to market. I mean, if there's a Bitcoin bar here in California, I certainly want to visit. So very interesting way to market. Now, the question is, are everything that I just say makes sense on the fact that NEM is up 160%? Keep in mind that I don't have all the news. That's all the news that I know. NEM is not something that I follow closely, but I do want to cover that just in case some of you may be interested. However, I do want to say that it's not up to us to determine whether or not the news is justify the increase in price. Oftentimes, this market is driven mainly by supply and demand. So as long as the demands are there for any cryptocurrencies, the price will go up quite a bit. Also, the rising in price don't always correlate to technology improvement. So a very good example of this is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin technology improvement is really slow. We just adopted SegWit almost 4 months ago. And before that, it was a whole lot of nothing. And Bitcoin still having a lot of issue with transaction fee and transaction THAM. But the Bitcoin price is going up a lot regardless. And this is all driven by supply and demand. Same thing with NEM. So if you are in this market now and you're trying to make sense of every single price movement, I think you're gonna go in circle and chasing your tail, because a lot of time the price movement cannot be explained by anything besides the fact that there is a group of people that are interested in acquiring them, therefore the price gone up in value, and there's not enough seller to satisfy the demand. Let's jump over to Litecoin. So I talked about Litecoin the last couple of days. I should tell you about the fact that Litecoin pretty quiet. It's gaining momentum slowly. Not a lot of publicity, and here we are today. Litecoin is all over the news. Charlie Lee came out on Twitter and came out on different platforms saying that he is going to be focusing on the advertisement for Litecoin. He's gonna try to sell the story that Litecoin is a good way for you to transact when using cryptocurrency. It's pretty fast, it's pretty cheap, very secure. Definitely have what it takes to compete directly with Bitcoin Cash and Dash. So he coming out saying that Litecoin is currently going up a lot now. Today it's up about 30%. It is at $133 at the moment. I gotta say, I am extremely happy with the fact that Litecoin have gone up so much the last few months. I have been holding Litecoin, I would say, for a long time. I would say back in March, Litecoin was basically at around $50 for a very long time, for months and months and months, while Ethereum just skyrocketed, Bitcoin skyrocketed, Bitcoin Cash born in August and then skyrocket, and then Litecoin still sitting where they are. And the fact that DÆCH have been going up so much lately, and finally, Litecoin overtaking DÆCH in terms of market cap is definitely interesting. It's showing that there are a lot of support for Litecoin Litecoin been around for a very long time. I do have a video explaining what is Litecoin on my channel, so if you want to know more about that, take a look at that. In terms of what is causing this record high for Litecoin, up almost 40% earlier today within just 9 hours, there's actually no really noticeable news. Yesterday, Charlie Lee tweeted something interesting, is a picture of a cartoon chicken, and then he's just saying that working on something fun. Here's a sneak peek. A lot of you speculated that this could be something called Crypto Chicken. I have no idea. Because of the success of CryptoKitties. Success means the popularity of CryptoKitties on the Ethereum network. I don't mean the success mean that the CryptoKitty game just basically causing a lot of congestion on the Ethereum network. But I do think that he is seeing something in CryptoKitties, something that more than look beyond just the game. It's something more to that. That he think that Litecoin can be benefit from. So that could be it, but that's just my guess. That's a lot of people guess. I have no idea, so we have to wait and see. Yesterday, Charlie Lee, I apologize for that, my microphone just dropped. So yesterday, Charlie Lee, with many of you who don't know, he is the founder of Litecoin. Before that, he is director of engineer of Coinbase, and then before that, he was an engineer for Google. So he was on ClanBank. Regardless how you feel about ClanBank, set it aside. This is not about political, but he was on ClanBank talking about cryptocurrencies and Litecoin in particular. And ClanBank is a pretty conservative, and he definitely is skeptic for a long time in terms of cryptocurrencies. But this is a very good interview. He really is, in my opinion, trying to understand Charlie Lee's point of view. He really trying to understand why, you know, cryptocurrencies have gone up so much. Why is it such a phenomenon at the moment? You know, why is it justified that cryptocurrencies can work so much more than a lot of asset class at the moment? Have an amazing run the last 12 months. And he brought Charlie Lee in. I think he see that Charlie Lee is someone that he respects, someone that he can learn from. You know, just based on the fact that he's graduated from MIT. You know, he by many means, I think ClanBank saw that, you know, there is a credibility in Charlie Lee. I'm not saying that, you know, other creators are not legitimate. You know, I definitely look highly on Vitalik Buterin. You know, I even, you know, follow some of the leaders in this space. But what I'm trying to say is that ClanBank is used to talk to people with, you know, the certain level of credential that he feel comfortable with. And Charlie Lee is that person, right? He's graduated from MIT with both bachelor and masters. He have you know, good resumes in terms of, you know, his work for Google, his work for Coinbase, and now he's basically full-time on Litecoin. And he want to gain that insight from Charlie Lee, and that's someone that he respect and look up to. So a very good interview. I'll leave a link in the description below. Take a look at the interview. Very short, maybe less than 10 minutes, but I think you can understand what I'm trying to say. And like I just say, I only expect that Charlie Lee is going to be on the front running for Litecoin and really try to push Litecoin to having a great adoption year in 2018. So all of that is just to say I'm quite bullish about Litecoin. Take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is still holding quite well. Still quite bullish, and it's actually gained quite a bit today. So it was up to 520, and then it went all the way down to, my apology, hang on. There we are. So it was up to about 520, and it's retraced all the way back to about 400. And then it was stabilized at around 420, 430 for a little bit, and now it's actually back up to around 460 at the moment. Definitely try to push that 520 again. So let's see if Ethereum can get to that level again. A lot of factors involved, right? Bitcoin is gonna be a lot of the driver in this space at the moment. Bitcoin is cooling down a little bit in terms of trading activity, stabilized around 16,200 at the moment. I think it's too soon to say whether or not Bitcoin is gonna be stabilized until Sunday. We do have the whole day tomorrow, and 24 hours means a lot in this cryptocurrencies market. And people are gonna have last minute thoughts. Maybe they think it through and they're gonna sell everything before Sunday, before the opening of the Bitcoin future contract exchange. Or maybe they're gonna think twice and then they're gonna go in and buy more because I think that's gonna be a great time to holding Bitcoin. Who knows? Whatever it is, it's gonna have a direct impact on all the coins, not just Ethereum, because the more Bitcoin show that they can outperform Ethereum and other coins, the more people are gonna sell other coins to go into Bitcoin. Because for those who only looking to gains from cryptocurrencies, it only makes sense. If Bitcoin outperforming everything else, then you may well hold Bitcoin. Now, if there is a sales up in Bitcoin and the sales up just simply because they think that the future market for Bitcoin is not going to be as positive as people say, that the Bitcoin price may drop, then given that no other news on the horizon, you may see some of the money from Bitcoin as they taking profit. So as people taking profit in Bitcoin, they may flow that profit down to the next altcoin that they think is gonna make it. So you may see an influx of money coming into the altcoins, given under condition that people are bearish on Bitcoin after the future contract trading and no other news on the market. Now, if you have a negative news on the market, like a macro news, that may cause a panic, then all bets are off. Not a whole lot of news on Ethereum. Take a look at Vitalik post today. Interesting post. Interesting point. He shared this article, and this article is about the fact that a mysterious buyer just bought the Da Vinci painting for $450 million. This person is anonymous, but this article seems to think that it is the Prince of Saudi that bought the painting. And his tweet is just to point out that if you think that crypto kitties is ridiculous, that people bought crypto kitties for a lot of money, $400,000 and $150,000 in some cases, it's really just a reflection of the current world that we are in. People are spending a ridiculous amount of money on a piece of painting as we speak. So how crazy are we versus how crazy is CryptoKitties? That's his point. Very interesting point regardless. I just want to share that with you. Coming up, we have Alan Greenspan, the former Fed chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank here in US. He has his own take on cryptocurrencies. Same thing, he is saying that this is definitely a pretty big bubble. He thinks it's gonna end badly. He compared Bitcoin to the continental currencies that were used during the American Revolution in the 18th century. It was introduced in 75, become worthless in 82. He says that Bitcoin is really a fascinating example of how human beings create value, and it's not always rational. It is not a rational currency in that case. I do want to say that Alan Greenspan definitely have a long history in economics, but you gotta take his point of view at a grain of salt. We do hear a lot of people, a lot of respectable investors. I talked about this in my previous video. People like Warren Buffett, people that you look up into in terms of the traditional financing tier, and they just don't get Bitcoin. Or maybe they just don't try to get Bitcoin, and they don't want to get involved with that. They think it is a bubble. Whatever the case is, a lot of that have to do with their belief in how the economic model should work. So Alan Greenspan is a gentleman with a lot of background, and if you are looking into his past decision, Alan Greenspan is among the top 25 people to blame for the financial crisis in 2008, mostly because he was wrong in terms of understanding the economic model, and that he believed that artificially low interest rate is the way that the U.S. economy should be moving toward, and that of course caused the credit bubble, and then essentially that lead to the housing bubble, and then the whole thing come and collapse. I don't want to go into the details here. I can definitely leave the article so you can take a look for yourself. I'm not trying to criticize Alan Greenspan. What I'm trying to point out is simple that people come from two different backgrounds, right? Gentlemen like Alan Greenspan are coming from the traditional economic background. Is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, it's gonna be falling to that same economic psychology? I don't know, maybe. It's too soon to tell, but maybe he's right all along. What I'm trying to say is that take it with a grain of salt. You can look at this from two angles. One angle is that Alan Greenspan have done us wrong in the past. He made mistake in the past of not understanding the flaw on his economic model. What to be sure that he's not wrong again in this case. The other way you look at that is that he has made a lot of mistakes in his life, a lot of big mistakes that he had an opportunity to learn from that he's seen something. He's seen something that we don't see when it comes to Bitcoin cryptocurrencies. That's something that I think that we need to think about. Some other news is that the Bulgarian banks, it looks like some of the accounts that are directly linked to cryptocurrency exchanges, they was blocked by the bank. Yesterday afternoon, several major banks in Bulgaria terminated accounts held by countries' cryptocurrency exchanges. The banks are also blocking transfers to and from international Bitcoin exchanges. The countries affected exchanges have temporarily suspended their service. So this have happened to numerous countries before. Nothing new. When you see something like this, it really has nothing to do with the fundamental of Bitcoin at all. It's a lot have to do, in my opinion, with the fact that they are worried about the capital flee outside the market. The fact that they are blocking transfer to and from international Bitcoin exchanges, they are worried that people are gonna buy Bitcoin as a means to transfer wealth outside the country. That's my biggest guess. I don't live there, so anyone who have information, feel free to share with us. If I have more information about this, I would definitely keep you updated. So my point is, a lot of times you see something like this happen, it's more than likely that the main cause is that they're afraid of capital flee outside the country. Next, we have two very conflicting, in my opinion, article from the Cointelegraph. So 11 hours ago, they published an article saying South Korea preparing full crypto exchange ban, local press. So this is a rumor only, no real confirmation, is that the South Korean government is consider a ban on cryptocurrency exchanges, similar to what has happened in China based on this article. And then today we also have an article saying that South Korea Financial Services Commission plan to reverse ICO ban. So looks like they are taking a softer stand on ICO. They are looking into regulate ICO rather than just straight out banning it. These two are kind of conflicting in many levels. I don't have any more information. I try to look for more information for you guys because this is very important, right? I was talking about the fact just now that, you know, as far as Bitcoin goes, if there are a change in sentiment, all bets are off. You know, this whole run can be over really quickly, and we may see a fairly huge downturn for a while if we have macroeconomic risk. And macro risk are something like South Korea preparing for banning cryptocurrencies. If this is really true, it's gonna be huge, right? It's not like some random country banning cryptocurrencies, like some country in the Middle East. Is South Korea, which is one of a huge trading volume in terms of Ethereum, in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of Litecoin. Huge player in this market. So keep my eyes on that. I certainly gonna keep an ear out for this, and if I hear anything, I will let you know right away, because this can be huge. So the last thing I want to talk to you about before we are gonna take off for the weekend is that Sunday coming up, guys. Sunday gonna be a fairly important day for Bitcoin. The futures markets are open at around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in USA, in New York. And you know what will happen is regardless of Bitcoin is going up or down, no one knows yet, right? Right now it's just a guessing game. Some people say buy the futures, sell the news. So you know, people may just dump their Bitcoin and they're gonna long futures. They may do the opposite. They may just sell Bitcoin and sell futures because I really hate Bitcoin. Or the other way around, you're gonna see a huge influx of people coming in and buy up the futures. Which they could also buy up the Bitcoin. You know, nobody knows, and that's my point. What you can do is have a strategy, right? I told you couple things you could do in terms of whether or not you should sell or buy in yesterday's video. You know, whether or not you should take profit if you have a lot of profit in Bitcoin at the moment, which a lot of people currently have a lot of profits right now because Bitcoin has gone up so much lately. You know, watch the video yesterday and you know, figure out what strategy is going to be work best for you. Everyone is a little different. It's all based on your time horizon. It's all based on your cost basis. So, and also there are tax implications too when you do sales. So keep that in mind. But what you can do is that you need to be prepared for the fact that if you want to take advantage of this right here, of Sunday, in the case that Bitcoin price go down a lot and you want to be able to buy right away, or Bitcoin it go up a lot and you want to be able to buy right away, whatever it is, if you are planning to buy, watching the chart and react accordingly in terms of buying to the market, you need to be prepared to have multiple exchanges up and running. Especially if you only use Coinbase, more than likely, based on past history, if the market is very volatile and everyone is trying to log into Coinbase, is gonna crash the server and you won't be able to come in to do any buy and sell. Something with THEO, something with Gemini. You've seen this the last few days already. So if you are planning to buy, watch the market and buy on Sunday as a moment notice, you need to have multiple exchanges up and running between now and Sunday. You need to pre-fund those accounts with, you know, whatever, you know, either with another cryptocurrencies or with fiat money, whatever it is that you need to fund it with. So then, in the case that everyone trying to get in and trying to buy at the same time, and you trying to send your Bitcoin from somewhere to the exchange to buy, and Ethereum and Bitcoin network is completely congested, and you couldn't do that for hours and hours, or the fact that you just don't have the fund available right away to settle the trade, it's going to help you if you prepare to have the fund there already and have the funds in multiple exchanges, not just one. Because we have seen that when Coinbase go down, THEO go down, Gemini go down, Bittrex go down at the same time. So you need to prepare for that. You know, Coinbase really is the #1 app in the App Store at the moment for Apple, which is huge, right? It beat out Instagram, it beat out Gmail, it beat out Snapchat, it beat out Facebook, beat out YouTube. Huge thing for Coinbase. This telling you that a lot of people are getting into the space. This is no longer, like I said yesterday, adoption for cryptocurrency may not be mainstream because we still getting reported that only 5% of the people actually hold cryptocurrencies in the world, but the adoption in terms of investors are already here. You know, this if anything, this is to tell you that investors are already here in this space. So keep that in mind as well. Even local Bitcoin went down when they got a lot of influx of requests onto their website. They have to shut down their registration, so they disabled the registration until earlier today because there was too many people trying to open an account with them. So be prepared for that. Hopefully this helped you. I will keep an eye out for what happened on Sunday. I will certainly let you know if anything weird is happening, if I have any information that I think you need to hear right away. So hit the like button if you like the video. Have a great weekend. Good luck on Sunday. Good luck trading. Have fun. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so you do get the most updated video. And with that, thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.